What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Rat's Den. This is System Wave, and we are here with Starfield. I wanted to go ahead and start making just slight Starfield videos since it's such a new game. And the first video that I wanted to kind of discuss is adding mods to Starfield to kind of better suit your kind of experience down the line. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going to be substituting DLSS and all this other stuff, but all in all, let's just get started with the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of show you where to download the mods, and obviously we're here at Nexus Mods. You're going to want to go up to the top of this page, sort it by game, and then you're going to want to search by Starfield. Starfield should be the only thing to pop up. Go ahead and click that. Now the mods that I wanted to discuss today are going to be pretty simple. They're going to be the StarUi inventory, the better HUD, and also since I use a PlayStation controller with my PC, I wanted to go ahead and change buttons specifically by files within the game so that they always display the PlayStation controllers. But let's go ahead and see what you have to do. First thing to note, when you're in Nexus Mods, you are actually going to have an account, so go ahead and make sure that you register for that. But let's go ahead and discuss how to download the mods from Nexus Mods. But the good thing to note about all three of these mods is that they fall into this specific style of modding. But first, let's just go ahead and download, and how do you do that? So first thing we'll do is go with the StarUi inventory. Simply click on this manual right here. It's going to take you to this page. Go ahead and hit slow download. It's a very small file, so even though it says slow download, you'll likely download it pretty fast like I did. Let's go back to Starfield. Alright, let's go ahead and get the better HUD. I think you have to go to Files here. And then once you're in Files, here you can pick and choose what you want. Our focus here is to kind of change the way that we see the location and the XP. So I'm going to go ahead and do another manual download here. And it's a very, very small file again, so let's once again go back to the Starfield folder. This one is not as obvious, but I think that in order to find the PlayStation one, you should probably go to Popular All Time. And of course, you'll see a bunch of other different types of mods. But with that said, let's go ahead and find the PlayStation icons. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down to View More, because it's not on the first page. It is the DualSense PS5 Icons. This is the mod that you're going to want to download. Go ahead and go to that page. Do the same thing here and manually download that. Go ahead and click on slow download. And again, it's such a small file right here that it really doesn't matter. And you'll download it pretty quick. Okay, so at this point, you can go ahead and close. We've collected pretty much all of our mods that we like. I left the PS5 Icons mod up because I feel like this is kind of straightforward to the point of what you need to do as far as installing the modifications, but I'll also go through that. But I found that this stayed pretty much in line with whatever mods you'll be installing today with this pack right here. So the first thing that we're going to want to do with these mods is extract them. So go ahead and pull your 7-zip and extract them all. And now we have the actual files themselves. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to visit your MyGames Starfield folder, and you're going to want to create a custom initiation file. So it's located at Documents, MyGames, Starfield. And this is the folder where you will create that particular INI file. Let's go ahead and right-click New. Then you're going to want to click Text Document and name it exactly as it says in the mod page. And that's going to be StarfieldCustom.ini. So we have our Starfield custom file. Go ahead and double-click. It's going to open up just like a text file. And what you're going to want to do is basically copy these three lines right here into that particular file. And that's pretty much it as far as activating your mods are concerned. So we're pretty much set in the MyGames Starfield folder. The next thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and locate your Starfield installation folder. There's also an installation folder for Steam. An easy way for me to do it is to go ahead and go to Steam itself. Then you're going to want to go to your library and find whatever games you have. In particular, we're looking for Starfield. You can right-click on Starfield, manage, and then you can do browse local files. And what that does is it brings up your folder here once you minimize. And this is the starting location of where you're going to want to install these particular mods. So with that said, you're going to want to navigate to this particular directory, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Starfield Data. And in pretty much doing that right click, it got us almost to the point where we need to be. All we need to do is navigate to Data. Within this particular folder where you'll create an interface folder. Okay, so that's interface. So you want to jump into that folder. Last but not least, with our interface folder, we can visit the mods here and check out whatever mods that exist. So the first one that we want to put in is the Better HUD mod. Simply click and drag, and you're done with that one. Again, go navigate back to the next mod, which is the icons. They actually have an interface folder, so you can go ahead and click and drag it over to your Steam folder. And then finally, the StarUi inventory mod. There are some more folders and there's some optional things that you can go through, but again, I pay attention particularly only to the interface folder. And once we're in there, you're going to want to go inside that folder, highlight all the items, and drag them over to your Steam installation. Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and close these folders. I'm going to go ahead and close Starfield, and then I'm going to open up Starfield one more time. Okay, so again, what we can kind of test as far as the mods that we installed, the first thing we can test is obviously the PS5 icons, right? So I'm going to simply bring up my scanner. And we can already see at the very bottom down there that we do have X square, R1, R3, that type of interface, right? The icons are there already. So we successfully opened the mod. Another thing that you can check for that mod is to go ahead and go to your menu. And again, there are some other things right there, triangle, square, circle, those things that actually allow you to use the PS5 icons. So pretty much successful on that front. So the next mod is actually not as noticeable. You can see here in the middle of the screen, the scanner is there, but it used to, before the mod was installed, you would see like area discovered and things of that nature right in the middle of the screen. But what that's going to do is it's going to put those particular notifications right above where the PlayStation icons are. Not, not where they're at, but kind of within the lower portion of the circle that you see on the screen. So again, that's not one that one is not as noticeable, and if you want to take a look at how that might work, I'd advise you to go ahead and install the mod or check out the video that exists on the mod page alone. But the final mod that I did want to show you is the StarUi inventory mod, and I thought that was actually kind of handy as well. So going to our inventory, at first it looks like pretty much the same thing, but once you navigate into your category, say for instance I've got a bunch of weapons, this is where it does change the way that you're going to, view your inventory and such, right? So before we had a big long list similarly to what we're seeing here. It just felt like we were kind of scrolling through that, right? But once you go into the menu itself, it becomes a little bit more clear of the statistics and all that stuff down the. So I really did find that kind of neat and interesting. If you wanted to get a full view, you can simply hit where is that inspect, and then you get a full view of this particular gun. So no need to worry about if the screen is covering it or anything like that. It's still very useful. You can still kind of inspect it. Kind of actually puts you into that mode even more so, which I thought was kind of more appreciative as well. My initial reaction to Starfield, I did hear that there was a tremendous amount of, feedback concerning the level of performance on Starfield. To start off, I'll go ahead and say that I am using the hardware unboxed settings. And I found that those settings pretty much were in line with what I expect to see in this game. The game right now is pulling 14 gigabytes of RAM system memory as a reserve, and it's only utilizing 7, Meanwhile, the VRAM at this point in time, currently using 4 gigabytes with 3 currently being in use, right? So all in all, as far as the allocation of resources, I think that Starfield and the developer has done a good job of allocating the resources based on a pretty good set of hardware, right? But all in all, it's been a great experience so far. I'm enjoying Starfield so far at this moment. I've still got a lot to explore in this game, but it's really quite a great experience. The world is expansive, and if you get a chance to play Starfield, I don't think that you'll be disappointed. Just remember that this is an RPG. Remember to take your time, but it gets better. The story does get a little bit better. And you just have to understand the pacing of this game. It does have that kind of old Mass Effect type of interaction with all the NPCs. So understand what you're getting into. It's not going to be a game that is like action-paced and it tells you what to do, and you know, all the HUD elements and the head display is going to be great. No, it's kind of a calmer type game, and you're just remember you're kind of here for the ride and kind of getting to know the universe in itself. Exploration is a big part of this game, and often at times exploration can take its time. So yeah, with that said, that's probably my initial reaction of Starfield so far. I hope that the modification, installation, setup steps were concise enough for you guys to understand. But those are the HUD elements that I like to use. Those are the mods that I like to use currently. They're pretty straightforward in their installation. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to get to those comments if I can. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.